Hello, my lovelies. My name is Lecka, and today we're going to be going over an awesome XYZ summoning deck that you guys are going to be able to use in the XYZ Festival to get all of the medals and take full advantage of the event to be the awe of everybody and also just have a lot of fun while you're doing it. So if you're excited, make sure that you like this video already. Comment down below if you're excited for the XYZ Festival, which I very much so am. And let's get on into it. I call this deck Nightmarish Numeron, and the way that it functions is you can pretty easily get an OTK on the second turn by just summoning the first the first 4 gates that are here at the bottom that are going to be easily gotten out onto the field with Numeron Network, which is your field spell that when you have no other monsters on the field allows you to special summon all 4 of these gates out onto the field at the exact same time. Another one that we have in case we end up going first is we also have some number C1 Chaos Gate in as well, so that we can get rid of one of our number 1 gates if we need to, so that we can get this onto the field and try and do some cheeky shenanigans to get number C1000 out, which if we do manage to get that out, gets 10,000 attack and defense, which is pretty fun. But it has a lot of requirements to do it. And then I have, of course, Numeronia number IC1000, which I've never successfully been able to get out onto the field. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. However, I can't not have it in this fucking deck because if it ever does happen, I need to be prepared because I can't miss out on the opportunity for it to come to fruition. And also, it gets 100,000 fucking attack and defense. It's the strongest monster in the game if it actually gets summoned, so I can't not have it in here. But we're going to go through this. So for the XYZ Festival, you can only have XYZ monsters in your extra deck. You can't have Link, you can't have Fusion, you can't have Synchro, you can't have anything other than XYZ monsters. So if you already have a deck that is pretty synchroed up, pretty XYZ'd up, then you can get rid of the extra fluff and add in some other XYZ monsters if you want to. But for this one specifically, it runs really well on the XYZ engine, so Numeron just made sense to me to make a deck for this festival specifically. Now, because this deck's main way of getting cards out onto the field is getting Numeron Network onto the field, which Numeron Wall here is made specifically so that when there's no other monsters on the field, you can activate its effect to get a Numeron Network to activate from your deck, specifically getting it onto the field and immediately activating and being able to do your combos. So we run 3 of these in here. We also run a lot of hand traps. We have 2 Karibos, we have 3 Swift Scarecrows, so that when somebody is going to directly attack us and hurt us in case we brick or something happens, we can negate the effect. Same thing with Rainbow Karibo here is another one for that, where when an opponent's monster declares an attack, we can target the attacking monster, equip this card from our hand to that monster, and it can't attack, which is nice. And then when a monster declares a direct attack while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this card, which is nice, so it brings itself back. Now, we are running 2 Flying Seas in here, and Flying Sea is a very, very important card for this tournament because when your opponent normally special summons any monster, so if you have this in your hand, turn 1, you're going second, whatever, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position, and then they cannot control any XYZ monsters, or they can't summon any XYZ monsters, which is amazing. So they have to essentially find a way to destroy the card with twisters or spell cards or tribute summon it in some way, because otherwise they're fucked, since the only thing we can do in this tournament is XYZ summon. So it's very, very good for trying to fuck over your opponents during this event. We have an Archfiend Eccentric in here, 3 of them, because with this card, when it's done as a monster, you can tribute this card and then destroy 1 card on the field, which is great, 1 monster card, because when we are going for the cheeky play of trying to get out C1000, we need to have a way to destroy C1 here, the Chaos Gate, because the Chaos Gate has to be destroyed and Numeron Network has to be destroyed. They both have to be in the graveyard in order for the ritual, number Chaos Ritual, to take effect, come out onto the field, and allow us to then special summon this card. So it's a lot of requirements because you have to both destroy this card by card effect, which is where Eccentric comes in, and Numeron Network has to be in your graveyard as well. So that's why Eccentric is in here, because not only does it do that, but if you put it as a pendulum monster, so you put it in your spell trap card zone, you can then target 1 other spell trap card on the field and destroy both it and this card. So it allows you to tech either the Chaos Gate or the Numeron Network, depending on what it is that needs to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard. 2 Ash Blossoms are in here, same with 2 Called by the Graves, because, you know, it's the meta. We have 3 Pathfinders in here because we want to be able to, if we draw these, tribute it immediately so that we can get another Numeron Network. It's just another way for us to be able to get this spell out really quickly. card destruction is out here so that we can discard cards and get 5 more if we need to, if we had a bad hand, so that we can, again, get as many cards as possible in our hand so we can get Numeron Network on the field ASAP. Same with Upstart Goblin. This basically makes our 40 card deck a 38 card deck. This is terraforming so we can get another Numeron Network. We're doing 2 parallel twisters here because we want to send one other spell trap card we control to the graveyard, and then we can target 1 card on the field and destroy it, which is great. So we can use this to destroy Numeron Network if we're doing, again, the number C1000 ritual play. And then we can use it to destroy Chaos Gate as well. So it can be a 2-for-1 special if we have this in our hand so that we can play it, which is really, really nice. I have 1 Memories of Hope because I don't have enough materials for 2 because I'm a poor bitch and everything is ultra rare and expensive as shit. Hopefully that changes with all the medals we're going to get in the tournament running this deck. But for now, this one is really nice because it lets you draw cards equal to the number of XYZ monsters with different names that you control. And when we're using Numeron Network to pop all 4 of our number gate 1, number gate 2, number gate 3, and number gate 4 onto the field, that's 4 cards we get to add to our hand, which is great. I'm running 2 Dark Ruler No More, again, because I don't have 3 because I'm a poor hoe. But it lets you negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. So this is a great thing to have in your hand because you can then pop it on turn 2 if you're going second and prevent any of those crazy things that your opponent put on the field to try and be all sassy with their negates and their negating card effects and destructions and all the things and such. And wow, you can just say, no, not today, which is good for you then being able to get your combos out. It does mean that they don't take any damage that turn, but if you're not going to be trying to OTK them, it's a perfect opportunity to then be able to set up everything that you need to with your Numeron Network to then get out your Chaos Gate to then set up that play for later on. Numeron calling is extremely important, and you have to run 3 of these because this is, if Numeron Network is on the field and there are no monsters in your zone, you can special summon up to 4 Numeron Gate XYZ monsters with different names from your extra deck during the end phase, which is exactly what we want to have happen. So we can use this to special summon all 4 of these, and the reason that Numeron Network works at all is because it allows you to copy any normal spell card, any Numeron normal spell card that is in your deck, and use its ability. So, for example, if we get a Numeron Network onto the field, it then uses Numeron Calling, discards it, takes on its ability like Ditto from Pokemon, and allows you to use it yourself that turn. Even if you don't have Numeron Calling in your hand, it's just somewhere in your deck, which is why you want to have so many cards that get Numeron Network onto the field as fast as possible. Now, I'm only running 2 Numeron Chaos Rituals because having 3 in here is a little overkill, since a lot of the times you are going to be OTKing your opponents with just the 4 Numeron Gates that you have, and you're not always going to be going for the Chaos Gate play. But if we do go for the Chaos Gate play, we want to have more than just 1 in here so it's not impossible to get out for when we need to tech it in. So having the 2 of these makes it so that if we have 1 number C1 Numeron Chaos Gate destroyed by a monster effect, and we have a Numeron Network in our graveyard, and 4 of our number XYZ monsters, which will happen because the effect of Chaos Gate makes it so that when it's summoned, it banishes 3, 2, and 4 gates, and then it discards itself and gate number 1, and then brings itself back the next turn. So we have a guaranteed 4 cards that are in the graveyard plus the Numeron Network from being destroyed, and then it destroys itself, etc. But when all those conditions are met, which is a lot of conditions, then you can summon the big number C1000. And then, if you have this on the field, it gets 10,000 attack, 10,000 defense, and it has 5 materials attached to it, which, during the battle phase, we can destroy as many other monsters on the field as, at the end of the battle phase, we can destroy as many other monsters on the field as possible, and then I can special summon 1 monster from my opponent's graveyard into my field in defense position. So if they had a really strong monster, I can just take it over and have it on my field instead and say, ha ha ha, which is very fun to do. I have literally never gotten Numeronia onto the field to get its 100,000 attack and defense. But if that were to ever happen, if somebody did destroy this card by card effect, while it has materials attached to it, and this card is sent to the graveyard, because it has to be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, not by our card effect, then you have to have this in your deck, because you can't be caught with your pants down. You just can't. However, besides the Ash Blossoms for having a negate, and then of course the Called by the Graves having it for a negate, we also have Evenly Matched with 2 copies in here, which is a great card because we're always going to be having very limited cards on the field, except when we're battling. During the battle phase, we're going to have a lot of cards on the field. Every other time, we're going to have almost nothing on our field at all, because we're going to be relying mostly on hand traps to get our job done. So, Evenly Matched is wonderful for making your opponent banish cards from their field face down so that they control the same number of cards we do, which when this is the only card on the field, or if we have Numeron Network, it's only 2 at most. So that forces them to go down from 1 for however many cards they have to 1 or 2 cards, which is really, really nice. And if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand, which is great because it suddenly becomes a quick play trap if we don't even have Numeron Network on the field, which is very, very nice. We have 3 copies of number 1 because if something happens and our stuff gets destroyed and we need to have another Numeron Network come out, want to make sure we can do it again. Same with 3 copies of number 2, 3 copies of number 3, but we're only running 2 copies of number 2 because I would run 3, but then we don't have options with our extra deck because we have a limit of 15 for space in here. So I'm only running 2 of those so that if I happen to get to a really desperate situation and I have to make a 3rd Numeron Network play happen because they've somehow been able to negate the other first 2, which can happen, we still will be able to get 3 cards out onto the field, even if we can't get all 4, which is still a really decent amount. The nice thing about these, which is why you're able to OTK your opponents, is because when they attack an opponent's monster, not when they're attacking directly, but when they attack an opponent's monster, they take no battle damage, and they then double all of the Numeron Gates attacks. So if you attack with number 1, it can, let's say you're going up against an opponent that has 1,000 attack, it'll smash into it, it won't get destroyed, and then now suddenly number 1, 2, 3, and 4 has 2,000 attack. Now you attack with the 2,000 number 2 card, it destroys it, and now, boom, you have 4,000 attack because it doubles everything again. And then you have 2 4,000 monsters to directly kill them. And if they had a second monster on the field, and you attacked them with the 4,000, now it doubles it again, and now you have 4 monsters on the field with 8,000 attack. So that's usually how you're able to get the 1-turn kill, that OTK, just with the gates themselves. We're running 2 copies of the Chaos Gates because if something happens and they negate the effect of Chaos Gate or something goes weird and wrong, and we want to be able to get that out as an option again later on in the duel, we want to be able to have a second Chaos Gate just in case something happens. So it's always good to run 2 of these. You don't need any more than that. Obviously, you only need 1 copy of C1000 because you only need 1, and you only need 1 copy of IC1000 Numeronius Numeronia. Also, if any of you are ever actually able to get out Numeronius Numeronia in a ranked duel, not in a friend duel, because obviously you could just have that be coordinated and crafted and do it. But if it never naturally happens to you, let me know, because I will follow you, subscribe to your channel. I don't give a shit. You will be a god in my eyes because it is just so fucking cool to just swag, have 100k attack and defense on the field. And I want to have that happen at some point in my life of being able to get this out onto the field. Hopefully it happens during the XYZ Festival, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to show you guys a couple of games to show you how this deck runs and works, and we'll go on from there. So with this deck, you want to make sure that you go second, if at all possible, because you're able to get the OTK pretty easily on the second turn for that 1-turn kill. Unfortunately, the person did pick for us to go first, so that means they probably also have a deck that's an OTK style, but that's okay, because we're going to attempt to go for the Chaos Gate play instead, since if you're going first, the optimal thing to do is to go for a Chaos Gate, and if you go second, it would just be to go for the OTK with the 4 different Numerons. With the number gate. So for now, what we're going to do is we are going to activate the effect of Numeron Wall since we have no other cards present, and we can use the effect to bring out a Numeron Network from our deck. We're then going to activate Numeron Network to get one of our Numeron Callings from our deck and special summon all of these beautiful little gatey goos onto the field here. I mean, technically we really only need the first one to be able to sacrifice it for Chaos Gate, since the only one that gets sacrificed is number 1, but it is what it is. We're then going to select our number C1 Chaos Gate, sacrifice it to the gods, shabam-a-lammy. Boom! Look at that beautiful animation. Get this on out here, shove it away, and unfortunately we don't have a whole lot for hand traps to be able to prevent damage, which is super unfortunate because we are kind of in a pickle here. I designed the deck to have multiple hand traps so that we could have something to protect our life points for when this kind of situation happened, but we'll just have to, you know, hope that they don't kill us. For now, we're just going to set this here so that they're scared of, I don't know, shenanigans. Maybe waste some extra resources that they could have used otherwise because they'll be afraid of us, and then we'll go from there. All right, Kanikama, what are you going to do? Pot of Extravagance? Sure, that's fine. So they're just going to be getting more resources. Nice thing about this deck is that whether you go first or second, there's something that you can do to work around it. Oh my god, they're also doing Numeron. It's a mirror match! Oh my god, that's amazing. Holy shit, first duel and it's a mirror match. Awesome. Well, they're not going to be able to kill us because we don't have any monsters on the field for them to double their points against. So yeah, they'll do 4,000 damage, but they're not going to have the game end Looks like Kanekama here is also practicing for when the XYZ Festival is going to come through, which I am about because this is kind of the things that we're going to be seeing pretty regularly when the XYZ Festival is going on, since we're not going to be facing decks that have Link monsters or anything else. Holy shit! What's it? What? That's a lot of cards to have in the background there, but okay. Let's move on forward here, shall we? We're gonna go ahead and activate the effect of the Chaos Gate so that we can get it out onto our side of the field, assuming that one of their cards doesn't prevent it, and that doesn't, so they're gonna take 3,000 damage, because that's one of the effects of Chaos Gate. Because it does... Oh! My bad. 7,000 damage, because it's the combined damage of all things that were banished on that turn. And since they're playing a mirror match... Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Since this is a mirror match, they take 7,000 damage to the face because of the fact that they got rid of their other monsters plus mine. We were a total of 7,000 damage. Holy shit, that's hilarious. Usually it only does 3,000 because it gets rid of your number 1 gate and this one, but that's fantastic. Okay, well... Unfortunately, we can't really do much with the evenly matched here, but assuming that these were all just fake cards and we can't actually get killed here, I kind of want to play Archfiend Eccentric just on the field, just in case, because we don't have the ritual card in hand to be able to get out C1000, so this is just in case something weird happens. Okay, they're choosing to use Ring of Destruction. During your opponent's turn, target one face-up monster your opponent controls whose attack is less than or equal to their life points. Destroy that face-up monster, and if you do, take damage equal to its original attack. Okay. And then your opponent cannot declare an attack this turn. Okay. So they're doing a Numeron burn stally kind of one? Inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster they control. Yeah, so they're trying to do like a Numeron burn deck. Okay. I can't attack, and I take 800. Okay. Interesting. So now they have 200 life points left. I have 800 life points left. And I'm going to go here, and we are going to activate this card and get rid of their Numeron network, because I know how important it is. And we're going to get rid of our Numeron calling and get rid of that shit, because fuck them. And now we're going to end our turn. Well, this is interesting. Oh, they have a 51 card deck. What? That means that they had like a 60, that means they had a 60 card deck. Holy shit. Each player draws one card and neither player takes damage until the end of your opponent's next turn. Huh. Okay. 1 day of peace. Alright. I mean, that gives me time to try and fish for my ritual card. Or maybe get some other ones in there. Interesting. This is a very... unusual way to run Numeron, but you know what? I'm about it. Diversity is the spice of life. We'll go ahead and we will set this down, and I mean, we might as well play this on the field and activate it so we can get another Numeron network in our hands. That way, there we go. Boop. I can go ahead and I can activate it. That way Numeron Network goes into our graveyard to stipulate one of those two conditions, and as soon as I get a card that allows me to destroy our frackin' gate here and we get the ritual one in our hand, we will be fine. So for now, we're just going to go into the battle phase, attack whatever this is, hopefully not die, and be good. Oh, it's that one. Both players discard as many cards from their hands as possible, then draw 5 cards. Oh, well, that's pretty good. We got our ritual card that we were looking for, and we got an eccentric, so we're basically good. What we need to do now is we're going to go to main phase 2, and we're going to do this. We're going to do an upstart goblin, so that we can draw another card from our deck to our hand. We're not going to Ash Blossom ourselves. Memories of Hope is pretty cool, but for now, what we're going to do, since it's a number 1, I guess we can activate it, and we'll draw another card, because why not at this point, I guess? We won't Ash Blossom ourselves. Oh, nice! We got both ritual cards. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to be able to destroy... Oh, we did it because we did Planet Pathfinder the other turn. That's right. So we do have to wait for our other turn. So we're sitting pretty here with what we have. We have Called by the Grave. We have Evenly Matched. We have an Ash Blossom in hand, which is pretty great. So we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Wait for whatever the fuck it is that they're going to be doing. And we should be able to get C1000 out this game, which will be great. Oh, no! No. Oh, shit, it's a trap card. Oh, God, I clicked impulsively because I'm scared. one of their burn cards. Damn it! Oh, okay. Well, they got lucky for getting that burn card, but GG's to Kanikama. GG's Kanikama. That was very, very fun. I like that version of the Numeron deck. That's fun. Okay, we're going up against Balin this time, so hopefully Balin is okay with us going second and having them go first, because we did go first last time against that mirror match. So what I'm wanting to show you guys this time is how to do the OTK strategy with just the Numeron gates. And this is actually a pretty good hand that we have for sitting second. We even have one of the ritual cards, which is nice. So if something goes south and we aren't able to OTK, we can potentially go for the C1000 play if we need to. What deck is this? Buzzsaw Shark. I've not heard of that before. You can target one water monster you control and special summon from your deck in defense position one fish monster with the same level as that monster but with a different name. Huh. So they're doing a water deck. I love water decks. I actually have a video on my channel. It's the Ursa Arctic and Atlantean deck that... Oh, that's cool. Crooked Cook. Okay, so maybe not exactly water, but still very interesting. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that one, it's very, very fun. Make sure you go watch that. Icon will be in the top right corner over here. Card destruction. Okay, what does this guy do? While you control no other cards on the field, this card is unaffected by other cards' effects. You can detach one material from this card and destroy as many other cards you control as possible, and then this card gains 300 attack until the end of the turn. Huh. Okay. That's fine. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay. So if it can't be destroyed by battle, that doesn't have any bearing on me, because I'm going to go ahead and terraform it up to get ourselves a Numeron network here. Ba-bam, shablam-a-lam. Boom shakalaka. We'll go ahead and get our Numeron network out here and glowing. That way we can use Numeron calling to get all of the people onto the courtyard. Oh yes. Shablam-a-lam. And we have our Swift Scarecrow in hand, so if we are not able to kill it because it can't be destroyed by battle, etc., then that's okay. We'll wait till the next turn to get done what we need to get done. I mean, I could do Parallel Twister, but then we wouldn't get the double on everything. We still wouldn't be able to kill it, though, because you can detach one material from this card to destroy as many other cards possible. But because of this one, an XYZ monster that was summoned using only water monsters as material, including this card on the field, gains its effect. It cannot be destroyed by battle. And because it's in defense position, we're not going to do any damage to it anyway because we don't do piercing. So it doesn't make any sense. And it would actually do more damage if we do Parallel Twister to get rid of Numeron Network. So we can destroy that card that they tried so hard to get rid of. Oh shit, but it can't be destroyed by card effects because of its thing. You can attach one card. This card is unaffected by other cards' card's effects. Fuck! Well, that's okay. We still have our other things there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna summon our Chaos Gate. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this here for now. Shabam! Boom shakalaka. Have that shit go away. And then for now, we're just gonna hang tight and see what happens from here. That's a very interesting card because it can't be destroyed by card effects and it can't be destroyed by battle. And if it's in defense position, then it's a kind of cheeky little tech thing to have on your side of the field so that you can just stall until you get the cards you need to get your win condition. So, nice. I respect that. However, that only counts and it can't be destroyed by card effects when there's no other cards on the field. And now there is another card on the field, so it can be destroyed by card effects now. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card and special summon one rank 3 or lower water XYZ monster from your extra deck. Gotcha. So this is also an XYZ deck, which is great because they're probably also practicing for the tournament that's about to happen tomorrow that I'm excited about. All right, let's go ahead and just Swift Scarecrow this bitch. We're not going to attack me, but good fucking try. Bye! All right, let's go ahead and get to our main phase 2. End phase. My turn! Thank you. Shabam! Wait. Standby phase. I was gonna say, why can't I get out my card? It's because I was being a little sassy. And expecting it to happen immediately during the draw phase rather than the standby phase. Gotcha. So they prevented me from getting back my card, which makes sense. So what we're gonna do instead is we are going to do our card destruction here because we need to get another Numeron network out. Okay, not exactly what I was looking for, but we do have another hand trap, which is great. So let's go ahead and do an Upstart Goblin. Unfortunately, that gave us a Called by the Grave, which isn't really ideal. We can't do Numeron calling because we don't have Numeron Network on the field, so we're just going to have to end. and wait for them to attack us, and then use Rainbow Karibo to block whatever happens and stall till that comes through. We have 27 cards in our deck and 2 Numeron. Okay. Well, I might as well activate it. Because it's gonna get destroyed otherwise. I guess we get rid of this guy, because it seems to be a regular issue and something that they like to get out to add extra effects to the monsters that they try and summon onto the field, so bye! Go ahead and get rid of that for now. Hopefully that screws them over a little bit. Which is this one here. Lifeless Leafish. Oh, that's a really cool card art. When this card is summoned, you can send 1 fish monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Lifeless Leafish. If you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 fish monsters in your graveyard, shuffle the monsters into your deck, and then draw a card. Nice! Looking pretty good. White Mirror. Target 1 level 4 or lower fish monster from your graveyard, special summon it. Then you can add 1 monster from your deck to your hand with the same original name as that special summon monster. Left-handed Shark, which is, in fact... Oh, wait, I did right-handed Shark. Oh, shit, what does the left-handed one do? This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. And this one makes it so that this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material, special summon 1 rank 3 or lower water Xyz monster. So they're going to try and go for their kill here. But little do they know I have a Rainbow Karibo. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can target the attacking monster, put this card to your hand, and then it cannot attack. So we'll wait for the big guy to attack us, because it doesn't completely negate the turn the way I wanted it to. So we're going to wait. That's fine. Go ahead and do it. I know that you think you're going to kill me. So go ahead and attack me with your last one. Oh, they chose not to. Okay. Interesting. Okay, got another Upstart Goblin. For the love of God, I have 10,000 fucking cards in my deck that allow me to get a Numeron network. Allow me to get it now! If you have an Ash Blossom, I swear to God. Okay, there we go. Evenly matched, huh? Why can't I play this card? At the end of the battle phase, if your opponent controls some monsters... Ah! Okay, I see. So we need to go to the battle phase. And we can't. So now we need to play it on main phase 2. I see. Okay. That's something that I misinterpreted then. We're going to go ahead and try and do that, but they're going to use Totally Awesome to get rid of it. Oh! And then it took it and put it onto their side of the field. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I see you. Huh. Alright, and then we're going back to main phase 2. Gotcha. I mean, we're basically fucked here. Yeah, there's no way that we're getting out of this, like, at all. I mean, I'm gonna use my Rainbow Karibo on whatever it is that they decide to attack me with, just because it's funny. But, yeah, no, we're definitely dead. This is such a cool Fish Xyz deck. I hope that these are the kinds of creative, cool decks that we're gonna see in the Xyz tournament, because this is just really cool. It's stuff that you don't see all the time very often. Oh, Trap Tricks, you say? Okay. Interesting. And very cute. I like that a lot. I mean, we're still gonna die. I'm doing the Rainbow Karibo anyway, but I really, really like this. This is awesome. Oh yeah, you're gonna have your Trap Tricks attach a material to prevent my sassiness? I'm just trying to be sassy here, goddammit. Let me be sassy! I know I'm gonna die anyway! But I fight to the end! I refuse to surrender! Ah, GG's, 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 Balin. Okay, so now going up against Darrell, we're going to go second so that we can do that Numeron Gate OTK strategy, and I can show you guys how that works, since, you know, the last 2 games we had some very interesting things go on. This is a good hand, because we have Terraforming so that we can get another Numeron network into our hand, which is great, and we can then use this to bait out any Ash Blossoms they have for shenanigans further on, which is also always good to bait out negates. We already have a Numeron network in hand, so it'll be nice to have 2 of them, so I can then put the first one into the graveyard, so we can make sure that we have one in case we need to do the ritual summoning shenanigans. What is this? Jack in the Hand? Reveal 3 level 1 monsters with different names from your deck. Oh, it's a DD deck. Okay. Okay, they're finally done. Ho-ho! What does this one do? If another DD monster is normal summoned to your field, you can target 1, special summon it. You can also use it. Okay, so that just special summons things. That's fine. They feel very, very fancy here, I'm sure. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do Terraforming, see if they want to negate it with their little Grand King, High King, Genesis Beast over here, which actually the card art is really fucking badass on. That looks really, really cool. Okay, they're gonna go ahead and choose to do their negate with this one because it's face up on the field. Totally fine. I am super duper okay with that. Resolve! Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna activate the effect of this one in order to fish out the negate. Because it should be something that they're like, oh, you aren't able to do that. Oh, actually, it doesn't stop us. Sweet! Well then shit, we're gonna have a good time. I don't think we need to use card destruction right now, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to go straight into the battle phase. And we are going to start attacking all these things. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do damage to this one, which will then let us activate our effect to get 2,000, which we're then going to use to kill this guy. Boom! Which will then let us activate our effect to get out these guys. Unless they're gonna be activating something. Oh, it's some graveyard effect. Okay. Let's special summon another card, I'm assuming, onto the field in some way, shape, or form. In fact, it does. Okay, anyway, we're up to 4,000. So now we can go ahead and we can destroy this guy. Boom shakalaka. And now get our stuff up to 8,000. Okay, they're gonna use its ability to add another card to their hand, but we're gonna go up to 8,000 and then kill them this turn by doing a bunch of damage. So, bye! Alright, there we go. They did a bunch of really awesome, crazy combo shit, and we were able to OTK them. And that's what the second turn OTK looks like with the Numeron deck. Not that you'll be facing decks like this during the XYZ Festival, but it's still just a fun thing to show off anyway. You made it to the end! Let's fucking go! If you guys made it here, then please let me know which Numeron card is your favorite, and if you are able to get C1000 or CI1000 Numeronia onto the field at any point in time during your shenanigans with this during the festival, I would love to have you come back to this video and tell me all about it and how you're doing in the festival when it's going on. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the share button because it helps tremendously, and leave a comment as well. We are out for 400 subscribers now, which is absolutely insane. Subbing here is completely free, and I appreciate all of you guys that do. I produce content every single week here. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love TCG games, so if that's up your alley, I would love to see you guys come back for more videos. But for now, I will go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Thank you for being here. I love your faces, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye!